You guys are warriors. Warriors. And what I'm hearing is that you are, for some of you, a reawakening this inner warrior where it has been passed down through your lineage, through other lifetimes, maybe even just through generations. You've seen certain people in your lineage display these like insane acts of fucking courage and bravery, this softness mixed with sacred, maybe like violence or brutality, but coming in the sense of, I will not back down, I will not give up, I will not surrender. And a lot of you are doing this for the first time in your life, and the act of you doing this is, like I said, like reawakening something. They're also showing me Joan of Arc here. That could be important for you specifically. If it's not, please look it up. But they are showing me Joan of Arc. And I'm hearing, like, against all odds. And it doesn't have to be something wild and crazy. Some of you, this is also tied to a witch wound as well. Because I believe Joan of Arc also was, like psychic, so to speak. She could, like, predict things or something to do with that. I can't remember what it was. So look that up if that resonates with you. But what I'm seeing is someone kind of take this like sword. There's lightning happening in the background. There's this like light rain coming down, and it's almost like to show that the conditions are not, they're not good. You know, the conditions are not the best. The rain to me is that cleansing. It's this deep, soulful, and emotional cleansing that's happening, with the lightning in the background being almost like a tower moment, a realization, a moment of clarity where the things click. And ooh, that reminds me of my last reading, the longer one that I did, which I believe, if you resonate with this, I would go watch that one. That one is called, it's like Broken to Be Remade or something like that. In that, I said something about like, I believe, I was like, something's gonna click, it may not make sense, but it's gonna like fall into place, it's gonna be activated. And then I had a separate reading that also talked about an activation coming for you guys within like 3 weeks. So if you want to go check those out, definitely do. I think we're headed towards something really big here for you. I do think that this is pivotal. I do think that this is a massive transformation. I've been channeling a rebirth, both here in these videos and on my YouTube for a hot minute now. Okay? Oh, the clearing. But the lightning for me reminds me of those videos that I did recently where I said it's going to be like the clock strikes midnight. It's that, like, it strikes midnight and it makes that sound. Or like you hear like the church bell. It's like, it's this like crack through the surface, or this like crack through these, like, what I'm seeing is like layers of like fog, or like layers of something that are getting in the way, you know. Maybe it's like cracking through this energy. I feel like what I am really getting is this kind of like haze that is like around you, so to speak, around your energy body, and it's like something needs to come through, and something needs to cut through the BS. It's giving very Queen of Swords, again, very Joan of Arc. This is where I'm feeling this sense of like someone looking at something and locking their eyes on something, and as I do it, I want to cry. And you're like, it's this feeling of like, I am terrified. Like, I genuinely am so scared. I'm so terrified. I don't have any idea what is going to happen to me. And this is you like fighting your nervous system through all the things that you have been through all the things that you've experienced, that you've lived through, that you have endured. You have endured over and over the things that life has thrown your way, the things that were intended to bury you, instead were planting you as a seed. You endured those negative conditions. You endured the lightning, the storms, the heavy rains. You endured the bad weather. You endured all of that. And the thing is that people think that the things that you've been through, it's like, you're so strong. You're so strong for that. You're so strong to do XYZ. I can never do what you did or what you're doing. And you're like, the emotions are coursing through my veins right now. You're like, that's what you don't understand, is that I had to do it scared. I wasn't built like this in a way that you were like, it's not easy for me. Maybe you were divinely built like this, right? You were crafted like this by the gods, if you will, you know, by the universe. Like, you were crafted like this to endure. You had that within you, but it's because you had the bravery and the courage that we talked about earlier in this video. You had the bravery and the courage to still do the thing when you were so absolutely terrified, horrified of what the results could be or would be. You did everything with the mindset of, I don't know how. It makes me so emotional. You said, I'm gonna do it anyway. You did it scared. You did it frightened. I'm just seeing this person's face. Like, again, like, look up, like, through the haze that's happening. It's like this condensation kind of like rising in this fog in the air. And then it's like, it really is giving me like Joan of Arc. Like, truly, it's like on the battlefield, it's not ideal. Like, you know, it's raining, it's turning into mud, like there's no grip, the conditions aren't helping me here. They're not helping me take on this battle. They are not helping me win this fucking game at all. But regardless of, you know, the lightning, regardless of the weather, regardless of the fact that I'm losing my grip, I'm losing my fucking grip on the situation, I'm losing my traction, I'm unable to keep my feet firmly planted on the ground. You're like, it does not matter. If I have to crawl to get there, I will crawl to get there. And that's what other people lack, that I want you to understand. Going back to this, like, you're so strong, I couldn't do what you're doing, I couldn't do what you did. You're like, I didn't want to do it either. I didn't want to do that either. But I looked at that, and instead of cowering, instead of you fucking, you know, tucking tail and going somewhere else, you said, I don't have a choice, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm gonna do it even though it hurts. I'm gonna do it even though I'm uncertain and I don't know what's on the other side and I have no idea where this is gonna lead me. You're gonna keep doing it even though with the next 5 minutes, you literally cannot predict the next 5 minutes. You cannot predict the next 2 minutes in front of you. It doesn't matter. You're like, I have no idea what today's gonna bring. I have no idea what tonight's gonna bring. I don't know what tomorrow's gonna bring. I have no idea, but I know that every single day that I wake up, I'm gonna keep doing it even when it's hard. Because some people like you in this collective that I'm talking to, you just never had a fucking choice. You never had a choice. And still within those moments of never having a choice, you not only did it, but you did it well. God, the emotions are insane right now. Not only did you do it, but you did it well. And it doesn't matter whether it was perfect, and it doesn't matter, you know, the shit that happened along the way that made you feel like I failed, I didn't do it right, I could have done this better, I could have done that better, I could have XYZ. But the thing is that you don't know until you do it. Hindsight is 20/20. You did the best with what you were given during these times in your life. And I think that's this pivotal moment that is coming for you guys on your healing journey, is that you are finally mastering what it is like to constantly, day by day, consistently show up and show out for yourself. For yourself. 38 could be really important for you as well. You are showing up and showing out for yourself when you are scared, when you're petrified, when you're terrified, when you're hopeless, when you feel like there's nothing left. You're still doing it. You're doing it scared, and you're realizing how important that is and how much that has shaped you, and it has given you the ability to understand that you're capable of so much more than you give yourself credit for.